I can't keep track of what's going on. I can't keep track of the winning. I can't keep track of the cases. I swear to God, I can't keep track of this. Every single day, there's a new lawsuit. There's Pam Bondi, and then there's Christine Nolan, and then there's Trump, and then there's Musk, and there's this, and then and Putin, and I can't keep track of what is going on. This is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. I knew this guy was good. I knew he was okay. I really did. You know what? I said, okay, he's okay. But I had no idea. And another thing I'm thinking, when it hits you of what we've been through for the past 4 years, it's like, I'm sorry to say this, it's like being a kid in a terrible home life, in a terrible situation where they've lived in horror with terrible parents, and then they get adopted or foster, and the kid realizes, oh my God, these people are normal, they're nice. Oh my God. And you realize what I've been through. You have been habituated, conditioned to the worst ever. There is no way, nothing, no way to explain what we've been through. This is the greatest president in our lifetime. I've got news for you today that is going to, wait till you just see it. This is a part of it. I've been going since this morning, and I can't keep track of everything. I swear to God, the people in the White House with that idiot, that fool, one idiot after another. There was no Washington. Nobody was there. They just said, here's the money, go. 4 years of this. But he's back, and we're back. And this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. God love this man. God love this man. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, my friends, make sure you are subscribed. I can't tell you enough. Subscribe and like the video, because people are loving what we're doing, because we give them exactly what they want to hear. And it's the truth. It's the truth. That's exactly what we get. The truth. I'm not, like it or not, good or bad, this is it. It's, I can't believe. And how these pathetic, wait till I show you what these rat bastards are talking about, these Dems. And the black contingent talking about reparations and spewing this drivel, this George Floyd speech. It's like, what planet are you on? Reparations? Are you kidding me? Get out of here with your, I got your reparations right here. They're so clueless. You got Ayanna Pressley. She's walking around, alopecia, bless her heart. She's coming. The cue ball comes in there. They got a blind guy, nothing wrong with that, who's in charge of efficiency for Biden. I mean, and then Elon says that they actually stored information, retirement information, in a mountain with paper. You can't write this. No. You can't write this. So, my friends, get ready. Make sure you're subscribed to Lionel Nation and hang on for your life. But first, this. We've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now, one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lakey, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. He says they hardly make a dent on your appearance, and some can even be harmful to your skin. Now, recently, Dr. Lakey has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? So he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. He says it's almost like Photoshop for your face. You may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method, because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lakey has released a step-by-step video to the public, free and uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple solution from home. He says if this helps even one person look younger or feel more confident, I'll be thrilled knowing it helped. Now, the video has since gone viral. At first, it was shared by users on Facebook, but since then, it's racked up over 2,300,000 views and counting. So far, the comments and feedback have been outstanding, with thousands of women reporting they look decades younger. One viewer even commented, quote, "Best results of anything I've used. I can't believe how well this works. I've never stopped using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you." Now, so you can find out more about this yourself right now. Go to bhmd1.com/Lionel or click on the link in the description below. That's bhmd1.com/Lionel. Now, there is one thing Dr. Lakey asks from his viewers. If watching this video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please, he says, share this video with your friends and loved ones. Together, we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. Go watch the video at bhmd1.com/Lionel right now, or just click on the link in the description box below. My friends, let us begin. And let us see if we can explain what is happening. And let us see if we can perhaps maybe focus on what is happening before us right now. Before I forget, Barbara O'Sullivan is a brand new member. Welcome, Barbara. We appreciate that. Stephen Lynch says 2017 to 21 was just a test. This is the real thing indeed. And Pilgrim Media says Waters is for the doc. Make an example. I guess you mean Maxine Waters, the doc, meaning the criminal doc. I think we should do, unless, but you must say what is her criminal offense, not just throw her in jail for what. We got to find something, and we'll find something. Something tells me Pam Bondi and others are going right off the bat. Let's start on a nice one. This young man was the head of efficiency or something for the Biden administration. Notice anything? Let me try it again. Notice anything?
Waste is different from fraud. Fraud is different from abuse, and abuse is different from both. When we talk about improper payments, they are a subset of those other three categories. But that doesn't tell us the whole picture either. Sometimes improper payments are a function of bad record keeping. Sometimes they are a function of outdated information technology systems. Sometimes they come about through human error, and sometimes they come about through negligence. There are a variety of reasons why improper payments happen.
Okay.
It just simply is not the case that improper payments are only a function of bad people doing bad things with bad intent.
Right. Okay. And that's, of course, what you say when you're with the folks in the Biden administration. So who are these people? Well, let's see. It seems that this is a man who was in charge of the project of government oversight. This is who the Democrats came up with to oppose the DOGE agenda. And people are trying their best not to laugh at the fact that he's blind. There's something wrong with it. The Democrat star speaker is Dylan Hedtler, 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 Dylan Hedtler Gaudet, Director of Government Affairs at the NGO Project on Government Oversight, or POGO, says he can't see any widespread abuse or waste from government spending. He is also blind, and people are trying their best today not to become. But you must admit That the irony is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Deb Kemp says, you have no idea how thrilled I was when President Trump won. Enjoying every moment of this ride. Thanks, Mr. L, for your time and insight. Love from the UK. Deb, thank you, dear. We appreciate that immensely. How kind of yous. Now, the president today, in this incredible speech, was talking about the inefficacy and the waste of time that is this thing called the Department of Education.
Department of Education's a big con job. We're ranked, so they rank the top 40 countries in the world. We're ranked number 40th, but we're ranked number 1 in one department, costs per pupil. So we spend more per pupil than any other country in the world, but we're ranked number 40. We've been between 38 and 40. The last time I looked, it was 38. And then I looked 2 days ago, it came out the new list. It came out at number 40. So we're ranked 40. Norway, Denmark, Sweden, I hate to say it, China, as big as it is, it's ranked in the top 5. And that's a primary competitor. We're ranked number 40. So if we're ranked number 40, that means something's really wrong, right? And I say send it back to Iowa, to Idaho, to Colorado. Send it back to places that, and there are a lot of Indiana. You have a great new governor. You have a great senator that Jim Banks just got elected. You got great people. I'll tell you what, Indiana is going to be fantastic. We probably have 35, maybe 37 states that will do as well as Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden. They'll be just as good. Then you have the ones that we all know about. It'll be the same story. But you know what? Even they will be good. Because you look at New York, you give it to Westchester County, you give it to Long Island, you give it to Nassau County, you give it to Suffolk County. Same thing you go out to, and you give it to upstate New York. So you'd have 4 or 5 sections. You give it to Manhattan. Manhattan's a little bit tougher for some reason. I don't know why it would be tougher, but it is. You give to California, and you go to various areas outside of Los Angeles, and you might have 6 or 7 different subgroups. But generally, like if you go to Iowa, you give it to Iowa. You don't have subgroups, you have Iowa. And other places that do a good job. If they do a good job, they're going to do a great job in education.
I don't even know. First, isn't it something how much he knows about so many things? He has an intuitive ability to understand what's going on. I am so brutal when it comes to education. You don't want to hear what I have to say, but you're going to hear it. We're going to have school and daycare. Most of the time, what school is daycare. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. They go there, yeah. Okay, it's daycare. So you, when you graduate, you get a certificate of attendance. Thank you very much. You don't care. A lot of people aren't going to go to college. What do they need to? They just need basic rudimentary. Can you read? Do you have a little bit of math? Do you have a little bit of whatever? Okay. I think a lot too much time is placed on sports. What the hell's the point of the sports? What's that about? These people aren't going to be professional athletes. What are we doing? We're just wasting our time. And there are people today, and you know who they are, who live in a world that is anti-intellectual. What I mean by that is it's like dark matter or inverse reality or something. These are people who they're idiots and they're morons and they're jadruls and they're Boeotians and Iconas and dimwits and this inane intellectual vapidity. And then they inbreed and they live in groups of people and they speak gibberish and a nonsense and a horror that are unable to speak, and they're vile and they're criminals, and I don't want to do them. So we just play. You're going to go over there. We'll just give you. Well, you know what? We'll give you. Daycare or someplace to hang out. You're not going anywhere. Nothing's going to happen to you. You don't even speak English. You're a moron. But then we have these groups of people. And we go through and we say, you're good. You might be good in art. You might be good in musician. You might be great. You might have a culinary school. Doesn't necessarily mean math. You may be good. You might be law bound or education bound or medicine bound. Or you might be a good athlete. I don't know. But we pick people who are not just smart, but who have good character and want to learn. And they don't have criminal records, and they're just good people. And we pull them, and they go to special school. Oh, yes, we cull and we go through the various groups of people. And we pick these people. And we put a price on people who are readers and who are literate and who are art. And again, let me explain something. Not just math, but artistic. STEM should be STEAM, science, technology, education, art, engineering, art, math, but art. Art is important. Music is critical. The ability to be a great chef, to put these kids and say, we're going to show you how to do this. To be a chef today do you understand that in the old days, to be a chef was like you worked at a diner. Chefs weren't, they didn't have the rock star status it does now. You don't want to hear what I have to say because it's brutal. But God bless this president. I'm saving the best for last. Did you see this wonderful piece too? Tulsi Gabbard.
I, Tulsi Gabbard, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without
Isn't that wonderful? I don't know why I cut off, but I thought isn't that wonderful? Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat. A woman who was kept from flying. She was on some no-fly list, and now is the director of national intelligence. There are 18, I believe. 18. There was somebody who was really at 18 because Star X, I think it's X or Star or whatever it is. It's fantastic. It's the most wonderful thing in the world. I wonder what Matt Gaetz feels about this. What is Matt Gaetz thinking? Remember Matt Gaetz? What is he thinking? His brother is doing very well, or brother-in-law, whatever it was. Right? That's another story. Brother-in-law. Yeah, we'll hear about that. And then there was this wonderful piece from Tampa's own Pam Bondi.
Here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today.
Isn't that wonderful? Don't you love this? Kelly McKinnon. Kelly, thank you so much for your kindness and beneficence. Thank you for that. Isn't it wonderful, my friends? Don't you love what you're seeing? Don't you love what you're seeing? I love what I'm seeing. I think it's the most wonderful thing in the world. I think it's the most fantastic thing. I think, I'm telling you, I think it is something which is so wonderful. But I got the best part for last. I'm not even giving you that yet. I'm not showing you that yet. Let me show you this piece. This is our friend who was not exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer, but he does a good job. As does DS, who says it can feel like extracting myrrh at times. Like in frankincense and myrrh, or Fred Myrrh. Just kidding. Let's go right now to this man, Brian Kilmeade. Again, not a whiz bang, but he makes the point.
Fox News Alert. Moments ago, we received this together. We received a statement from the DHS regarding the $59 million sent from FEMA to New York City migrants last week. Quote, 4 employees being fired today for circumventing leadership and unilaterally making the egregious payment for hotels for migrants in New York City. We have not announced it yet, so we have it first. There's going to be firings, the names are going to be out, and let's bring in New York Congressman Mike Lower. Congressman, your thought about that move?
Well, it's long overdue, frankly. These funds have been misappropriated going back to the Biden administration. And New York City, a sanctuary city, has been wasting billions of dollars of taxpayer money, billions with a B, to provide free housing, clothing, food, education, and health care to illegal immigrants.
Thanks to Eric Adams, who now that he's got his ass in a sling and he needs President Trump to get him out of the problems, to get to be granted some form of what's the word? Some form of dare I say not so much clemency or pardon, but to have the charges dropped. Oh, now he's everybody's best friend,
including criminal aliens that are here illegally. And so, I applaud, frankly, DHS for taking action to stop these payments under President Trump's leadership, because we have incentivized cities.
Look at these people. Look at this.
Like New York and states like New York.
But not only that, look at these people. Not look at these people, but look, who are these people? Who? Are these productive members of society? Are these people who make us better as a people and as a culture and as a country? No! This is the flotsam and jetsam of humanity. Now, I'm sorry. If you don't like that, get over it.
New York, a sanctuary state, to allow this to continue, and it has to stop.
Look, it cost New York, and it's a little selfish of us, billions of dollars because the water was wide open for 4 years. And the mayor that spoke up got exiled in the Democratic Party. Ironically, he's about to be, I guess, in a way, pardoned or...
No, he spoke up after he was for it because he's an idiot. Eric Adams is an idiot. Let me make sure you understand what I'm saying. Eric Adams is an idiot. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He had the most corrupt... I know you don't live in New York, but he had the most... Look, you should have seen these people, one after another. Huh? Busloads of what? No, I'm talking about Eric Adams' administration. Yeah, he said, oh, come here, I'm a sanctuary city. He's an idiot. Just listen to him. He's a moron. I'm tired of pretending that people who can't speak English are somehow not morons. You know what it is to live here your whole life and you sound like a fool? Do you know what that's like? Do you know what that means? That means you are so entrenched in a particular inertial bubble that you never got out of it. And yet, in this particular weird world, and every time he stood around, he was surrounded by people. He didn't even notice them. It's like, who are these people? And his entire administration, police and deputies are all gone, ran for the hills, if not indicted. But now when he got his ass in a sling, he says, oh, shit, what do I do? I'm going to change. Please, President Trump, I don't want this. Don't get me started. It's too New York. I know you don't care about that. I know you don't because you don't live here. Here's what I was waiting. This is what's going to make you absolutely sick to your stomach. I'm going to show you something now that is going to absolutely kill you. But before we show you this, here's some good news. You know, when it comes to comfort, support, and a good night's sleep, my friends, MyPillow has revolutionized the way millions of Americans rest their heads with unmatched quality, cutting-edge design, and a commitment to American-made excellence. MyPillow has become a household name. And now with MyPillow.com/Lionel, or using the promo code Lionel, you can unlock exclusive discounts and deals that bring comfort and savings right to your doorstep. That's right, my friend. Mike Lindell and the team in MyPillow aren't just selling pillows. They're on a mission to transform the sleep experience with a wide variety of products beyond their signature pillows. Whether you're looking for supportive adjustable pillows, luxurious Giza dream sheets, cozy towel, mattress toppers that cradle your body in comfort, MyPillow offers it all. And with their 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty, you can be confident that MyPillow stands behind every product they sell. Now, why MyPillow stands out? Let me tell you, unlike generic pillows you grab off a department store shelf, MyPillow is customizable and engineered to cater to different sleep styles. Whether you're a side sleeper or a back sleeper or a stomach sleeper, their patented interlocking fill technology adjusts to your specific comfort needs, keeping your neck and spine properly aligned throughout the night. No more waking up with that sore neck, no more tossing and turning, just the restful, rejuvenating, and exhilarating sleep that you deserve. And it doesn't stop at pillows. MyPillow's Giza Dream Sheets, made from the finest Egyptian cotton, offer a smooth, breathable, and luxurious feel, turning your bed into a sleep heaven. So right now, my friends, do the right thing. Go to mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. It's easy for me to say, mypillow.com, promo code Lionel, or call 800-645-4965. Simply the best. Trust me. These are, how do I say this? These are the folks who drive me the craziest. But Andrew Hessing says, did you see our girl Pamela Joe? Go girl, and congrats, Tulsi. One more to go. MAGA baby. We just played it right now, my friend. We sure did. We certainly did. Thank you. DS says, reminds me of 3rd Avenue or Barack CC. Okay. Don't know what that means, but thank you. Sometimes it's interesting to find out what it is that you're trying to say and the particular speech patterns that you use so artfully. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right now, this is the one that I saw today, which drove me absolutely off the chains. There is a voice, a style that I hear, and you've heard it. It's the voice that spews and belches and extravasates and oozes this constant harangue about the white supremacy and this almost like it's a faux preacher, artificial, mechanized, memorized, irrelevant. I hear it and I just lose my mind. And you would think somebody would say, now listen, folks, hold it. Do me a favor. DEI is dead. You got it? Dead. Even JT says, Lionel, did you tell us your thoughts on the education system? I just did. Thank you. I went through the whole thing, but thank you. About how we should have these special things and point out people and talents, and I certainly did. And thank you for that. George Floyd is dead. I mean, not him personally, though that's true, but he's dead. George Floyd, BLM, that iteration of lunacy is dead and gone. We are never going to even utter that piece of horror again. We're never going to deal with that again. We're never going to talk about that again. We are done with that. Absolutely through and done with that. We never want to hear reparation. Reparation is something that you had your chance. We're not going to hear about that. We're not going to hear about, we went to this George Black Lives Matter. Remember the kente cloth? Remember that getting on your knees? Remember Jerry Nadler trying to get on his knee? It was the saddest thing in the world. Jerry Nadler, who looks like a weeble, or I don't know what it was. Weebles, but they don't fall down. Weebles wobble, and he has his inseam. His pants are right under his breast area. This is where his zipper starts. He's got a 12-foot zipper and a 20 inseam. The man's a freak, and he had bariatric surgery. You should have seen him. You ever see Jerry? I mean, this is incredible. This is incredible. This is before Ozempic. By the way, do you see people going blind on Ozempic? Do you see this one? Oh. Remember one thing, too. Stay tuned to news about, I'm just going to tell you, George Stephanopoulos. Just can't say, but you'll be hearing about him. And you'll say, I knew it. In any event, DS says, sorry, too many EB5 meetings at the college. EB5. What does that mean? But thank you. No reason to apologize. Bailey says, hey, Al, you missed tonight on Atwood. You missed tonight on Atwood. I did not know about that. I don't know what I missed, but thank you. I was busy today doing a variety of things, but I thank you nonetheless. Now, my friends, listen to what I'm going to say right now. There were these people called the Squad. It was AOC. She was over there. There was Ayanna Pressley. Remember her? She has alopecia. There was, who was the other one? Oh, my God, the Squad. It was Ayanna Pressley. It was AOC. Who was the other one? AOC, Ayanna Pressley. Remember the Squad. I don't remember who the other two were. Well, I think there were two. I don't remember. Can you remember the Squad? Who were they? AOC, Ayanna Pressley. Elon Omar, and yes. And that other one. Who's the other one? Oh. Hang on. The Squad, do it right now. The Squad, Elon, AOC. Hang on. The Squad is, yes, he was going. Yes. Alexander Cortez, Elon Omar, Ayanna. Rashida Tlaib. Yes, Rashida Tlaib, who might be, maybe she's being primaried by AIPAC. I don't know. Rashida Tlaib, Palestinian. Remember her? Yes. Where's the wig Lionel? Well, we'll see about this. So in any event, here is, I think Crockett is this new dame. Listen to this. And if you can get through this without puking, well, you're a better person than I am.
No matter who is in power has an obligation to right these wrongs, to provide reparations for descendants of enslaved Africans, to eliminate the racial wealth gap, to uplift the Black community. White supremacy is rampant in this country. Just look at the current administration and our own legislative body. They have contributed to the social and economic harms, to racial terror Black folks have experienced in this country. Now, more than ever, we must acknowledge and repair those harms.
Look at this woman smiling. Look at the woman on the left smiling. One more time. I'm sorry. Look what.
Our government, no matter who is in power.
Just a minute. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to watch this, but we're going to turn the sound down. We're just going to watch the body language. Look at the woman on the left. Okay, look at her. She's just smiling. She's like wondering, like, what am I doing? You got Rashida on the left. She's nodding. This woman is in the middle. Look at that. They're just nodding. And she has not a freaking clue as to this. Look at this. The racial Africans and what? This is the best part. This is when somebody doesn't realize, you know what? It's over. It's like you're playing in a style. You're doing disco or something, or you're living in another world. You don't understand how this thing works. This is something that is just when you thought, it's like, do you understand? Do you understand how this anyway, we don't have to worry about them. What we're seeing right now is the most incredible stuff I have ever seen. How about Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren was confronted by reporters about how did she make $12 million on a $200,000 salary. Oh, yes. The federal judges who were trying to block DOGE. I'm going through this. This is just this incredible. I've never, and I mean to say this, and I want you to understand how this thing works. I have been doing this for a long time. And every now and then, sometimes we'd say, well, what are we going to talk about today? Well, it's been a little slow today. Remember that during the day? It's a little slow. A little slow? Yeah. This was during, because Biden was never there. Biden was never there. You lived in a world that you will still never be able to really truly understand until later. It's like that sad child who finds that they've lived in this horrible house with this horrible family and they don't know. Okay. You don't know what you've been through. You've heard this. You heard Karine Jean-Pierre, who was an idiot with the bad wig. She was picked because she was gay. Remember the first week we saw this guy Cooper with the fingernails, and it was one gay. I mean, it wasn't just gay. It was like almost like theater gay. Like, what are you doing? And they were just rubbing it. And then there was Hunter. And I'm not going to go through this again. And Biden was nowhere to be found. He never ran in 2020. They stole the election in 2020. He was in Rehoboth. He was never there. Remember when Joe Biden conducted a cabinet meeting? Do you I mean, this, okay. See, we're kind of just, we didn't really have a lot to say. We really didn't have a lot to say. Now, I thought that it would be almost impossible for people like Fox or others to, by the way, thank you, Nelson A., who gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Nelson A. I thought it would be impossible for people like Fox to come up with something to say because this is always good news. Bad news is always easier. It's always easier. Wrong. There's so much news. I stand corrected. In the old days, when you aren't going on every night talking about how terrible things are, how awful things are, how unbelievably sick these things are, it's easier. It's easier for you to enjoy the every night. But when things are going great, it's like, what do we say? Well, guess what? It's easier than ever. January 20th, 23 days today. Right? 23 days. I feel as though Trump has been in office for a year. 23 days. Real Shorty Long, a tremendous entertainer, says, I'm of Irish descent, and from my research of history, there were signs in windows saying Irish need not apply. Can I get reparations now too? Yes, you can. They won't pay you, but when you talk about this, this is the African slave is different. They have this little different story. But your point's well taken. What about those individuals, the Egyptians? Do they have to pay reparations? Oh, we can go through this a million times. But thank you, Shorty. A tremendous entertainer. So anyway, I thought to myself, what are you going to do? Now the left, or whatever's left, the Democrats, they're doing nothing. Every single day they're doing nothing. I'm saying, what are they doing? You've got Maxine Waters. They don't know what to do. They bring this hideous, horrible, nasty, this harridan, this virago, this shrew, this harpy, this cur. They bring her out to remind you of how horrible the left is. Stephen Lynch says Musk will find out who was in charge, 21 to 25. Oh, Musk is. Have you noticed how Vivek Ramaswamy, gone? He's going to run for something else. He just, no. I was thinking about Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz must be thinking, God, this is, God. Why did I have to, God. Everybody, Bobby Kennedy's going to be in this and that, this Cash Patel, everybody. People never heard of before. Everybody. And then Gates, see ya. Think about that. How bad was he? Worse than you thought, my friends. And the funniest thing about that, well, not funny, his wife, or the woman who married him, figured, what the hell is this? I thought you were going to be some big shot. Well, not necessarily. What do you mean? You're through? You're through? Yeah. That's it? That's it. What are you going to do? Is he on TV now? Is he on OAN, or is he still doing that cameos? This is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like, what are you talking about? This guy was the star, theoretically, of the Republican Party. I just, wow. Very sad news, too. David Johansen from the New York Dolls doing very, very poorly with cancer. That was during that, remember those wild days, like the Babies and the punk, and that was a great time. David Johansen one time walked by me, and so help me God, from the back, he looked like a little boy. I mean, he was the skinniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But a very incredible time that New Yorkers saw him a couple of times. So he's not doing very well. Trying to raise money for him. You know, these people who devote their lives to music and everything, they don't really make any money. They don't, like the Ramones, and the albums don't. They're so, what are you going to do? You're going to make a few albums? Very few people have a catalog like Springsteen or something. A lot of these folks do, which reminds me, a lot of people in Hollywood. I would look at De Niro. How much is he really making? Oh, no. Got a lot of ex-wives, got a lot of kids, got a lot of bills, got a lot of stuff there. Same thing with Rob Reiner. I hope somebody decides, it goes back and says, did USAID pick them up also? Stephen Lynch says, yes, Stephen Lynch, I said that one. Spandex says, will Anthony Johnson's descendants pay reparations? Yes. They'll be the first ones, indeed. So, my friends, as we sit here and as I sit here, I have been, since this morning, absolutely, positively overwhelmed with what's going on. I don't even know where to start. I really don't. I have no I would love to see what is it like every day at the White House. What is it like? They're working now. They're just, there's never ending. There's no end to this. What do you think? What do you think Biden's thinking? What do you think? What are they doing when they're seeing this? I know they don't care, but they're wondering, my God. JTE says, you're saying we have Stockholm Syndrome. I'm male. No, not Stockholm Syndrome. No, Stockholm Syndrome is when you identify with the people that have held you hostage. Where you feel a part. Patty Hearst with Donald DeFreeze, Cinque or Cinque, when she, with the SLA. Huh? Well, yeah, but theoretically, that's when you identify. Stockholm Syndrome is a different story. We have been habituated and suffer from this thing called learned helplessness. Learned helplessness is when you can't fight back anymore. You just give up. We have given up. It is beyond that. Today, I'm just, like I said, since this morning, I have been absolutely nonstop. DS is so true. I used to live next to Sublime's L. Singer. Okay, interesting. Thank you. My friends, I think that is going to put the lid on this. I think I've hit the end of my trajectory today. I absolutely. This morning I listened to, PM is there. Pilgrim Media says, my descending colon needs reparations. Tacos. Tacos what? Tacos, C-O apostrophe S? Tacos? My descending colon needs reparations. Tacos. I think I know what you're saying. I think I do. I'm not sure, but I think I do. Remember, friends, when you want to pluralize something, just put an S on it. Just put an S. Whatever it is, put an S. Sometimes you can put an apostrophe S. Like the plural of ATM. Maybe. But lose the apostrophe. Just lose the apostrophe. Mrs. L and I believe in the American comma. When we list a series of lists, for example, there were boats, cars, and we normally put boats, comma, cars, with no comma before the last and. The British in the Oxford rule put a comma. I don't like that. Brad Rung says, Bano pleaded guilty, one scheme to defraud count as part of a plea agreement that spares him from jail time. Josh Brolin, 57, Justice Brett Kavanaugh, 60. Wow. You're doing I thought Josh Brolin was involved in that. So now you're combining this is interesting, the birthdays and the news. How about that, Bannon? I think Bannon is full of shit and always thought he was completely full of shit. There's a whole bunch of people I've got. They're very talented. Jordan Peterson, full of shit. Patrick Ben-David, Poole, go down the list. Jordan Peterson, full of shit. I mean, just very popular, very, very. I don't listen to them. I don't believe them. I think they're grandiose. I think they're inflated in terms of the information that they provide. Full of shit. I'm tired of that. I like authentic. I like people who really stick to their and I can't tell you one versus the other. I've got to tell you one more thing. This morning I was listening to, and I had not in a while, Alex Jones sounds better than ever. And whatever he did in terms of losing weight and maybe not drinking or whatever it was, he is fantastic. DS says, love it, my appellant law professor affirmed, love it, my appellant ADJ. What's ADJ? Adjudication? Anyway, that's good. I like that. Thank you. Not sure what that means. Love it, my appellant law professor affirmed. Again, I don't know. Some of your stuff is very good. Some of it is very, very cryptic. Exceedingly cryptic. In any event. But I thank you. It doesn't have to be clear. It's the thought that counts. I was listening this morning, and I couldn't believe how good this was in terms of how much was covered and from a different point of view. You notice how also who Roger Stone is back. They're talking again about the Kennedy. This morning I was on with my friend Mark Simone. Oh my God. I said, Mark, do you believe that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone? And he said, yes. And I thought, oh my God, I don't even know what to say. What do you say with that? What do you say? Doesn't matter. Love the guy. I just don't know how you can think that. Do you think there's anybody out there who really, seriously, honestly thinks, let me ask you something, that Lee Harvey Oswald on his own got up one morning and said, you know what? I've had enough with this Kennedy guy. Come on, let's go. I'm going to go up there. I understand they're going to be going by the Texas school book depository. How do you know that? Huh? How do you know that? They probably are going to go straight to no, they're going to go this way and that way. Really? Yeah. I'm going to bring my Mannlicher Carcano. The worst gun in the world. Horrible. Bolt action. Each one to recover and shoot. I go, oh, it's horrible. And when they find it, the police officer who finds it, who was in World War II at the time, is going to say it was a Mauser. Now, why does he say Mauser? Because it's written on the side of the barrel of the gun, of the side of the gun. It says Bowser. And he says it. And they write it down. But it's a different one. But the best one is the bullet hole that comes through the windshield. That's the best. And how they took it right away. They reused the car. I can't believe it. How many things do you have to see before you say this is? How many things? How many times do you believe that since the beginning of time, all of the UAPs or the UFOs or whatever you want to call them, that all of them were explicable by virtue of being Venus or swamp gas or a planet? Or is there anyone, honestly, who truly believes that? Sam Muffaletto says, did your day earlier today that Duffy was being charged with a heinous crime or an heinous crime? Oh my God. You are so good. You are so good. Duffy? Am I missing something here? Thank you for that, though. I like that. I like puns like that. Let me ask you something, Sam. Do you believe, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, that all of these people who saw these things, this is all explicable, explainable, expatiatable by virtue of something that you just misunderstood? It wasn't what you think. Do you think so? Do you think there's nothing to the fact of alien abduction? Do you think so? Do you think John Mack, the Harvard psychiatrist who conducted so many cases and did hypnosis on people, about Betty and Barney Hill who saw things, do you really think all of this, thousands of stories, all of them, forget Stephen Greer, forget all this stuff. Did you think, come on. There are some people who love to be like this. Now, I've never seen one myself. I've never seen an electron either. But from what I hear, they're in existence. All right, my friends. We have exhausted this one. Mr. Muffaletto, on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you. DS, thank you. Brad Rung, Pilgrim Media, JTE, Spandex, Stephen Lynch, The Real Shorty Long, Nelson A, JTE, Bailey, DS, I think I said that, Andrew Hessing, a tremendous talent, Kelly McKinnon, ladies and gentlemen, Deb Kemp, our friend from the UK, Stephen Lynch, and Barbara O'Sullivan. Is that wonderful? And JTE says, you're a crumb bum. That, of course, is the great line from Philadelphia Mayor Frank Rizzo. All right, my friends, before we begin, before we leave, let me remind you. Wait a minute. Warren Ocasio, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Warren. February the 22nd at the Cutting Room is going to be, I don't even know what. Can you imagine? The countdown, this is 10 days away. 10 days. Between now and 10 days, we could have a next Canada or Mexico. I don't know. Join the fun, join the frolic, join the frivolity, join this. Tickets are available. Just go to the section here on the YouTube section. Don't forget to follow Mrs. L. Mrs. L needs five more subscriptions at Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. Just 5 to change her algorithm, to put her into another HOV lane. Would you help us out? Lynn's Warriors. Go and subscribe, and thank you. My friends, I want to thank you. Don't forget our other channel, Lionel Legal, and of course, Lionel Nation. Have a great time, my friends, a great evening. I am going to now go and collapse. I am going to physically collapse because from today, my head is exploding thanks to this great and incredible president, President Trump. All right, dear friends, on behalf of a grateful nation, I say thank you. And don't forget this, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dad.